Well, hello everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Ellen. If you're just starting a watercolor journey and you're starting to paint some tutorials online or wherever else, and you're just feeling beyond frustrated, this is the one for you. I myself was creating some tutorials for my viewers here and just didn't like the past two videos I did. And I said, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna paint an abstract. And I'm gonna show you how I go about painting an abstract floral. Super fun, super easy, so many variations in colors and whatnot, and where my process goes. If this is something you're interested in, check it out. Abstracts are a great way to just play with color, wet on wet, and just moving brushes around if you've never used certain brushes before. So if you have any questions, leave them in the comment section, and let's get started. All right, so I'm using Fabriano 100% cotton cold press 7x9. Now I'm just gonna play whatever brushes I have around me. I have my flat wash brush, I have a liner brush. Oh, I just got that in there. Isn't that lovely? And when you're having a crazy day like I have, I'm just messing up every tutorial that I was kind of giving you guys, you just kind of do something else. Paint whatever. I've had many different ideas, and going to go back to kind of one of the ideas I had. I'm going to grab some magenta here. A little bright red. So cadmium red light. So I was going to do this. I had this bougainvillea door that I didn't like. I hated it, and so I'm just going to do some loose, maybe bougainvillea, maybe something else. I'm playing with the Princeton number 12. I've got the Umbria Princeton number 4 liner. Maybe the 10 round. So right now I'm just going to take my flat wash brush and just kind of like make a movement. Wet water, kind of twisting my brush. You see me twisting it? Grabbing these pink colors. Just kind of going like this. I don't have a particular plan in mind. Just know I want to do something with some energy into it, which is what I'm doing here. And that's it. No plan. Just loose, abstract kind of flowers, kind of going down, cascading this way. When you get frustrated painting, do something kind of goofy and doesn't make sense, right? Here we go. Might add some ultramarine blue because that'd be nice, like blue, purple kind of color up in here. I'm just going to go intuitively, just kind of paint. I had a day where everything wasn't going right. You know what that's like? Yeah, I'm sure. I'm going to grab some burnt sienna and the same flat wash brush, kind of put it here. So you got some rust kind of color happening. Still very wet. All the stuff is very wet. Clean that. Maybe mix up some greens. Prussian blue, yellow, cadmium yellow deep. I'm just going to tap it like this. Move it around like there's a vine kind of growing down here. Tap, tap. Little leaves with this chisel end. I have no rhyme or reason, but I just feel like this cascading kind of blooms coming this way. You see that? Thicker paint won't move as much, so if I make it really thick, see, it's like butter. Like butter. And tap that in with the light stuff. Go up here, push down, push, 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 move the chisel in. Flat wash brushes are your friend. Try and play with them. Moving around like this. Faster you go, more fun, I'd say. Here comes the liner brush coming down the track. Ellen has lost it. Mixing with colors, ultramarine blue. Let's get the little stems going here. I love the liner brush. It makes really great stems. Now, see, it's dry down here. It's different. Look at that. Add the little blue, it gets more gray. Woo! Look at the fun we're creating. This is what happens when you lose your mind. Wiggle it, move it. It's still very wet in here. It's kind of cool what's going on right now, right? I worked my butt off coming up with a bunch. You know, we've talked about this. All of us have bad days. And I was working on a bunch of videos today that I just hated every single one of them. I ripped it up. I had some great ideas. The execution was just failing every time. And that happens to all of us. So please don't think that I'm like perfect. It's not happening. All right, I'm going to remove some of this color. I want to get some of that pink back in there with a flat wash brush. Magenta, quinachradone magenta. Lovely color. Mixing up some cadmium red light with that too. Again, we're gonna mush the brush, like turn it, twist it, turn it. Do, do, do. So it's like bougainvillea coming down the vine. And see, I'm just twisting this. Do, do, bougainvillea. Or it could be anything, I don't know. It could be something else. It could be like, tap that color up here. Just twisting it. Another thing is you can take a bigger, like a 12 brush, and you can splatter some of it because it's very wet. Some of it's wet, some of it's not. Where it's gonna go, nobody knows. Right, like we're down here, it's kind of cool. It's just really had some splattering going on. Got that energy happening. Now see, it's just going shh. We don't want that. We can kind of remove some color even with this flat wash brush. And I'll kind of push down on those areas that I splattered a little bit. The chisel end of this brush. Right? Getting back to the color, that magenta, thick paint, thick. Tap, 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 twist, twist, tap, tap, twist. Tap in, twist, tap in, twist. See how I'm just twisting? Now it just all became a blob in here. We're going to have to fix that. Twisting up in here. All the fun. This is fun. You get your frustrations out on the paper. But look how pretty it looks already, right? But I don't like all this blobby crap in here. So we're going to fix you. We're going to fix you. Gonna make it more subtle. You do want a stiff brush when you're removing paint. Let's see what I got for a stiffer brush. I don't want that flat wash. I want to grab maybe Aqualite. It's probably not the greatest because it's a nice brush, but look at that. See? Have your paper towel close by. Just lifting some of that color. Oh, look at water on there, so it's creating a cauliflower, which I don't mind. You can try and lift some petals, see like that. Lift, lift, twist. You can use the paper towel, but see now it's all looking like little dots. We don't want that. We want it to look a little more natural. We can go back in with this guy. Kind of mush. You don't mean my mush. I love my mush. Twist it. Kind of remove. Look at that texture. It started to look like a cherry blossom, actually. More than a bougainvillea. You can just say you meant to do cherry blossoms. Yeah. Maybe we'll do that. Sometimes it morphs into things we don't even know. I'm just kind of mush. I love the mush. It's a mushy kind of day. Ooh, look how pretty this area looks. See all the fun things that watercolor does. It's so magical. Ooh, yes. I'm loving this. My initial intention has now morphed into something else. And I'm digging it. Now I'm going to really kind of mush this down here and remove some of the color. What happens is it kind of stays these lines, which is kind of cool. I'm really loving this, how it's coming out up here. And then I'm going to mush up in here. It's a mushing kind of day. You can create such cool stuff. It does look like a cherry blossom, doesn't it? I think I'm going to have to label it as such. I don't even know. But really, it's like loose floral. It could be anything. It just looks pretty. I'm kind of mushing. I'm gonna add some light green, lime color. How about this way? I feel like it needs it. I don't know why. Just feeling it. Intuitive. Oh yeah. Put some back in here. Oh my goodness. Look at that. You just never know what can happen. I need another piece of paper towel. It's just really kind of fun, this technique. It's my favorite thing to do. And you just, magic just happens sometimes. It just does. Now down here, I want that blue. I know, I put ultramarine blue deep. And I'm just going to mush that color around. Sky color. Interesting. Go back up in here. That sky color. Maybe some burnt sienna. Oh, this might be too dark, but we're going to play with it. We're going to do it. Let's see what happens. I don't know, but I'm loving it. And clean off my brush. Just kind of mush that burnt sienna. Let's see, we got like a brown gray happening over there. Tap. Don't like it. Remove it quickly. Do like the blue. So, whoa, what happened there? Rogue. 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 Isn't it like magic? Okay, now the paper's starting a little buckle because it's getting very wet. We must learn to control ourselves at this point. Ellen must calm down. Okay. I'm going to add some more green coming this way. Leaves. Feeling it. I don't know why. Just feeling it. Twisting my brush. Like this, you can create a nice, really cool leaf. See? Add some brown and some blue. Some Prussian blue. And you get some deeper color. Look at that. See? Twist. Come on, baby, now. Isn't that cool? This looks like a little pom-pom area. Gonna twist some leaves in here. It does look like we created really kind of loose cherry blossoms, but I'm gonna play with this a little bit more. Get that branch, blue branch. Kind of put that branch coming through. Tap. See, I use the chisel end to do that. This is the chisel end. All the things you can do. It's so pretty. Whatever it is, it could be cherry blossoms. It could be bougainvillea. I'm going back and adding that twisting. It's going to be like a floral shape, so I don't know what that is. Maybe I messed that up. Maybe at this point we have to actually use a brush with the shape. So I'll use my 12 so I can make an actual petals. Pushing down. 4 petals. I think that looks like a flower. What kind of flower? We don't know. That one's so wet, so maybe it wasn't bright to do that there. I have to wait till that dries. And the areas that are dry, you can kind of put some petals in. Right? Oh, that's a little too dark. This is still wet. I'll just do little dots at this point. Up down here, I can put a petal shape kind of in. Manipulate it. Wherever it's dry, you can kind of put a petal shape in. Where it's not, still wet, you can kind of bleed the color like that. Very interesting. Want more bright magenta. This one just came with a perfect little flower. This guy with a little dot in the center. See that? You can put a little dot right there. And this white flower. Maybe I won't keep it white. Not sure if I like that. And you can do little taps with paper towel and just release some of the color. Do, 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 do. Oh, I don't even know what this is, but I like it. Pretty, right? Abstract floral can be your friend, whether you know it or not. Adding some deeper color up here, and I would add some more greens. So a thick green paint. It's missing kind of some greenery up here, even over in here. It's just like a funky little bush going on here. Loads of fun. Abstract. Grabbing more paper towel. Now I feel like it got too bushy in here. It's my little thing in my brain. I might remove this whole section. It's gotten like to be too bushy, if that makes any sense. And you might say to yourself, what is she doing? She's being creative. And this got a little too bushy in here. We're having fun. That's what it's the name of the game here, people. And go right in here, remove some of this. It just felt like it was just overcrowding it. Yeah, it needs some air. Sometimes it looks too much like a bunch, and we don't want that. We want to remove a lot of the stuff that makes it not look like an ear. But, you know, you're going to be playing with this with yourself. I liked that I removed this. It was getting a little out of hand. Much better. Such a pretty abstract. Even if I just stop right now, we're good. You know? Just removing some up here. The blue is a little too much. Oh yeah. Doesn't that look cool? It leaves behind some of the pigment, which is great. It takes away all the heaviness of it. Yes. I don't know what we're going to call you, but I like you. Just going to kind of play with this up here a little bit. And I'll let that dry. I'll put a couple of those simple things in here, but I don't want to fuss with it too much. I feel like we got that super soft floral I was kind of going for. Loving all this in here. Just a cool abstract, isn't it? So it's a little dry. Some of the parts a little bit wet. When I get back here with this grayish brown color chisel end of my flat wash brush, kind of put some branches out this way and this way, kind of going in and down and around, and not much more else. You could put some ditzy flowers. We could talk about this. I don't want to overflower it on the ends here. Just a really light pink tone. But really just, I want you just to have fun and play with your florals. And I don't want to get too messy with my greens here. It's intuitive painting. It's like you just go where the thing takes you. And that's the beauty of it. Sometimes it takes you in crazy places. Sometimes it doesn't. It's just, this is like art therapy, basically. Yeah. Little dots. I might grab my brush and make little clusters. I don't know. Looks good enough. So there you have it. Super abstract. Play around with it. I just think it has like a kind of a funky, soft quality to it. I made my pinks a little brown here. Want a bright pink. Play. Don't overwork too much of it. I'm gonna water this down. I really like that in there. I'm just gonna put a few up in here, and then mush that and call it a day. Oh yeah, that just changed that. And just like right up in here. Abstract. So it could be bougainvillea, it could be cherry blossoms, it could be whatever you want it to be. It could be your own unique abstract floral endeavor. You see how crazy that is? I love it. So I hope you had fun as much as I did, because I had such non-fun earlier. When you get frustrated, do things like this. It's a lot of fun. Just going for it, and moving color around, lifting color, playing with all that good stuff. So if you enjoy the content that I'm showing you here on YouTube, maybe think about joining my Patreon to support my channel here on YouTube, where you get free content. Patreon, we get extra tutorials, you get weekly exclusive tutorials, we have a live stream in the top tier, all this good stuff, and a Facebook group where everyone shares their stuff and talks about watercolor. It's a lot of fun. And you also get first dibs on my workshops and my retreats. So you can check out the link in the description box below. Thank you so much for stopping by my channel. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe, and happy painting!